Really glad to have you here today. I'm Janie Maxwell. I'm the Executive Director of the Illinois Farmers Market Association, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the webinar today. Before we get started about preparing for the market season and the updates of Link Up Illinois, just want to give you a real brief overview of the Illinois Farmers Market Association and some of the highlights that are happening right now. Our goal as an association is to provide professional development and training and opportunity like what we're doing today. We do have a certified farmers market manager program that we offer annually. It will be offered in January next year. We offer Market Masters series, which is kind of like taking some of the operational and challenge issues that farmers market managers face and talking about those in some sort of an intensive way, usually over a 3 to 4 week series. We will be partnering again with the Illinois Farm Bureau to offer the Live Local Food and Farmers Market Conference. And we also work really closely to build partnerships to build the local food system. We really see that farmers markets are integral to the local food system, but they're not the only piece of the local food system. So we work to create partnerships to expand and to see the local food system prosper. And then we'll tell anybody who will listen what the benefits of farmers markets are. This is just a quick overview of ILFMA. We are a membership organization. We depend on our members and that membership income to support us because we are self-funded. We are not run through any partners like the Department of Ag or Extension like you will see many other farmers market associations across the country. We are independent, and so we do rely on our members. We are heavily volunteer run. I am a part-time staff person, and our board of directors are really key in providing the resources and opportunities that we are able to offer as an organization. For example, this last year, we introduced updates to the cottage food law, which you can now find on our website on the resource tab. You can find the new toolkit and reference guide for the new cottage food law. But over almost 600 people took advantage of that opportunity. We are celebrating our 10th year. We're very excited about that. We were started in 2012, really with the same mission. One of our missions was to provide education and training. Second mission was to promote the use of Link at farmers markets. And so we're still doing that, but I think we're doing a lot more. And we hope you will consider joining us to celebrate our 10th anniversary at a party on the 16th at 6 o'clock. We are, as I said, we work to promote and to encourage the local food system as well. We recently received a grant from the Chicago Regional Food System Fund, and we're partnering in Kane County with Kane County and the Growing for Kane initiative, offering mini grants to farmers markets, farmers, and parts of the local food system that are either located in Kane County or serve Kane County. So some of you on our call today probably qualify to consider submitting an application. If you know anybody that fits that description, please let them know that we are accepting applications on a rolling basis. And we are pleased to also be offering not only the mini grants up to $1,500, but the potential of matching funds from Kane County of up to $1,000. We do have a database, a website that shows on our website that shows a map of farmers markets across Illinois. If you are not part of that database yet, we really encourage you to create a profile within our Market Maker system. Market Maker is a whole lot bigger than the Farmers Market Association. We are connected to the Illinois Specialty Growers Association, Buy Fresh, Buy Local, Advocates for Urban Agriculture, Angelic Organics, the Land Connection. 10 or 12 local food system organizations are sharing this database and encouraging their members or their stakeholders to create profiles in the appropriate places within the market maker system. And then whomever is in the market maker system that is a farmer's market shows up on our website. And it's easily searchable, and it's something that we can refer potential customers to. You can use it to look for potential vendors. You can use it just for information about markets. But what is tricky about it is the more information you put in here, the more searchable your profile becomes. I was helping a market this morning. They said, well, we're located in Market Maker. We have a profile, but I clicked on it. There was no information about dates, times, vendors, what's being sold. And so it really wouldn't show up except in a zip code search for farmers markets. And then clicking on it, consumer might not really even think it was still operating because there was really no information. We can't edit your profile. You have to take care of that. So we highly encourage you to create a profile and keep it up to date. Then whatever is in the Market Maker database about farmers markets and specialty growers is then in a handheld app called the What's in Season app. And we're very excited about this because it's one of the few places that on a phone you can find information about farmers markets across Illinois. Years ago, we did some research when I was teaching out at Northern Illinois University with millennials, and they basically said that if the information is not available on a phone, it doesn't exist to them. And so we're really careful to try and encourage markets and all parts of the local food system to register with Market Maker so that the information is in the phone. We intended it to show what was in season when, but I think most people use it to actually find specific information about farmers markets near them. We will have some series coming up, so stay tuned, subscribe to our newsletter, and I think you'll find that whatever initiative we're working on or promotion, National Farmers Market Week is coming up, so we're going to be providing some opportunities for training and professional development around those topics. We already know the dates of our conference. It'll be in combination with the Illinois Specialty Crop Conference, Specialty Growers Conference, and the farmers markets and Live Local, all under one roof this year in Springfield in January. And then our certification class will begin in January as well. We also have a farmers market Facebook group. We encourage you to join. It's a great place to just ask some questions. There are some questions that you need to answer in order to be accepted into the group. Once you do that, you're accepted into the group, and you can participate in conversations with other farmers market managers across Illinois. All right. Well, I am going to stop sharing my screen now, and I have the privilege of introducing to you Lauren Stern. Lauren is with Link Up Illinois. She has been traveling with the Illinois Farmers Market Association. We've been doing some in-person trainings, both this past fall and now in the spring, but we're pleased to be able to bring her to you virtually, maybe to reach a wider audience, to give you the updates and information that you need about Lincoln farmers markets. So go ahead, Lauren.
Thank you, Jeannie. Hi, everyone. I haven't met some of you already. It's nice to see you all and meet you, and I'm excited to just show you my presentation, and afterwards we'll open it up for any questions I hope you might have. Go ahead and stop sharing that. Share my screen here. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So in the past year, resurgent interest from individuals and communities about where their food comes from the renewed commitment to supporting local food producers drove a really exciting expansion of Link Up Illinois. with customers able to match their link match purchases up to $25 with each transaction, rather than each market day. Our partner farmers market saw an insane increase. We're getting that actual number today to put in our food access report, pretty much doubled. And the greatly increased link match redemption demonstrates the increasing desire and need throughout Illinois for these types of food access initiatives. I'm going to share this commercial with you.
Accessibility to healthy foods is crucial to community wellness. That's why Experimental Station founded the Link Up Illinois program and recipients to double the value of their link benefits to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables sold at Illinois farmers markets.
How it's really impacted is because there are people now here who can eat clean, have a link card, come in here and shop anyway. Where they thought it was only for people who had money, now there's people who can eat clean that didn't know they could. The availability of clean food has changed my whole perspective on eating.
Recent statistics indicate that 1 of 6 people in Illinois receive link benefits. Over 1.9 million people of all ages and races. Recognizing this need, Experimental Station has expanded link match from farmers markets to mobile markets, corner stores, and food cooperatives across the state. We have also begun to partner with independent grocery stores, which will begin offering link match in the new year.
It is not only about helping low-income people gain greater access to fresh fruits and vegetables, but it also remains about farming in Illinois and helping to support local agriculture. And so as we look forward, a big challenge that we will face is how to create those linkages between farmers and the stores where we are expanding link match.
Contributing to the viability of Illinois' small farms and the growth of local food production, Link Up Illinois serves to combat food insecurity in the state of Illinois. Experimental Station remains steadfast in our efforts to provide affordable, nutritious food to make all Illinoisans food secure.
So if any of you are already familiar with the Link Match program, that's really wonderful. And correct me if I say anything wrong, of course. I'm here to educate on what new improvements we're making and how the program already exists. So like I mentioned, just last year in August, we made a great change to multiply swipes. So there's no limit on anyone coming to your market. Initially, it was just a 1 swipe per day up to $25, meaning that somebody comes and uses their SNAP card, their link card, and you match them in these link match vouchers that you see below up to that 25. And those vouchers are specifically used for fruits and vegetables. That helps incentivize farmers, mostly your market, to help you create more of a community base, make more money, of course, and stay sustainable. These are just some projections from 2020. We're working on 2021's numbers. We'll have that soon in our food access report. But since 2011, Link Up Illinois has funded over 100 farmers markets. We have 5 co-ops, 4 neighborhood grocers and corner stores. We've just expanded this past couple weeks to a grocery store in Chicago, Pete's. They're in surrounding areas in Southern and West Chicago. And then we just expanded to what's called Top Box, if any of you are familiar. And Top Box is going to be using an app, which I'll be talking about, and they're a mobile food delivery service that can pop up in any location. And that's one of my most exciting things. And we're continuing to get applications for farmers markets, so that's on a rolling basis. This is just a little brief information about our link match grant, which I'll go into more detail. Of course, some of you will have questions. When you apply for your link match grant, we used to have a limit of $12,500. Currently, there is no limit any longer. What we base our funding for you on is projections from previous years, what your redemption rates have been from SNAP customers, how much redemption you've had, and how much has been redeemed at your markets. And we're always wanting to provide you with additional funding and not limit that. And that being said, if you do run out of your funding for some reason before the end of the year, we'll make sure to get you more. We don't have a limit on that funding currently. Your contract right now would look like an 80-20 split. That 80% goes to the link match vouchers. That red voucher right there is what it looks like this year. So we give you 80% of those. Those are being passed out at your markets, and that's how you're going to be paying your farmers and your vendors that sell link match approved items. 20% is used on admin cost and outreach expenses. We'll help assist you in any printing that you might need, any suggestions, advice. A lot of our partners have already printed a lot of wonderful things, and we want to make sure everybody can share that. We also, inside Chicago, currently we have a SNAP support grant, which helps support running the SNAP device, that EBT machine. We have additional funding to other markets if they need any beyond that 20%. So I wanted to say again that link match can only be used to purchase fresh local fruits and vegetables at your market. And that's dollar for dollar match up to $25 per swipe. No limit on swipes. So we'll talk about how we process link and SNAP at markets. It's really important for your customer to know, and just I want to say this really quick too, if you do become a partner with us, you go into 2 very intense trainings with us where we provide you with all of this information, review any questions you might have, and then provide you with the slides in our training documents. So you always have that information readily available, and we're always available to you as well. People do want to know where that link info table is located. Typically people put it at the front of their market, or they have 2 tents, one at the front and one at the exit, especially if you're open-ended or on a street or in a park. You want to be clear on where you're putting that. How the redemption system works. Education is always something I want to improve. It's always really interesting to hear what people know about the program and what they don't know about the program. And having clear photos, information about the redemption system is really helpful, and providing that for your vendors as well. And we can chat about what those things might look like. We do currently, when you're using the link match voucher instead of the app, you do have to round up to the nearest dollar. Change cannot be given on those dollars currently. We can talk more about that as well. So some of you already might know what SNAP eligible foods look like. Anything that can be used for your SNAP card, or just, home goods, breads and cereals, fruits and vegetables, meat, fish, poultry, dairy products, even in a store, chips, soda, anything edible there. However, hot food cannot be sold, or bought using your SNAP card, but previously cooked food that is now cold, like cold soups that have been prepped, those are SNAP eligible. I always get a question about that, and we'll chat about that as well. And then just below is just a few more ineligible SNAP items. All this information is available to you when you become a partner of ours. So you just have to decide really from the beginning. Many people use different processes for accepting link at their market. When somebody swipes their card, you probably are wondering, okay, well now how did they get that money? What do we use at our market? You see a few different things here. We see wooden tokens. It's very typical. Those are in $1 or $5 denomination. The picture there of the link with the grape and then the Swiss chard, that's our farmers market at 61st Street Farmers Market. And we use those for debit, credit as well. So everyone has paper money in the market. If you go to a city market, or I believe a couple of the Land Connection markets also use the receipt-based. So you would get like an IOU, and Farmer John would write however many dollars are spent on those apples, and they collect those at the end of the day. The last thing that's pretty new, Springfield is using it at 2 of their markets, and a few farmers market managers are talking about using it in Illinois. And also that Top Box company that I mentioned, the food delivery service, uses Healthy Ways app. It's a loyalty card with Healthy Ways, and that front of the card can be edited to show your logos, ours of course, any information you want about your market. And the app is just what it sounds like. It's really accessible, pretty easy, simple way, and universal across Illinois. So they can be earned and redeemed at all farmers markets that participate in Link Match. And Link Match vouchers funding can only be used to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables. I have a message, 1 second. Apologies, give me 1 second. I just have some noise here. Sorry about that, everybody. I think I did just go over this. So expired vouchers may not be redeemable. So once January 1st hits, you'll be receiving new vouchers for the new year. It is common for some people to come even into February, March with old link match vouchers. I don't usually suggest turning those people away, and we'll always work out with you how much that is. We just had it at our market. It was $12. So we just ate that cost, and we'd rather people be using their link match vouchers. But we can certainly, we're always available to you for those questions. So this is what the link match voucher looks like for 2022. We picked a nice bright red and made some updates to the link match voucher, made that expiration date a lot bigger and bolder, so there are no questions. And it just clearly states that it's for fresh fruits and vegetable purchases only. And currently at this time, we don't accept link match vouchers used for farmers markets outside of farmers markets. So if you go to a brick and mortar, like any of the grocery stores I mentioned, they do have their own redemption match vouchers. And I expect questions about that as well. Hopefully in the future, we'll be able to monitor that, be able to have it more universal, but currently we're tracking data and numbers. So we do want to keep those things separate. Haven't been too many issues with that so far. Oh, I did mention the app. I want to briefly chat about that. There are pros and cons with anything, of course, and I'm finding the biggest one right now is the big change that it'll cause. It is a huge change, and it's hard to understand. I'm still understanding what this app does, and it does more good than it does bad. But the pros, of course, are SNAP benefits and link match incentives loaded on one card. They can be used at any and all markets that have healthy ways, and you don't have to have the all you have to have is a smart device with the app. I know that there was a farmer's market. I don't know if you know Libby Irvin. She has a farm, Glacier's End. She's also with FoodWorks, and she went to Springfield to sell some of the products from her farm. And they use the Healthy Ways app, and she didn't have it. So all she had to do was update and upload this app and be able to process SNAP purchases through that app. And if you do decide you want more information about this program, we have someone we'll connect you with. So please follow up with me, and I have emails at the end of this if you have questions outside of this call. Simple accounting is really exciting for us because that data is being collected in real time. That means that no time spent from you or your market managers or anyone working or volunteering on your team outside of your market time. So that's already done for you. We do require putting in data into FM tracks, but it's done a lot more simply because all those numbers are available to you. Cons, of course, people do need to have a smart device with a camera. I know quite a few, even my dad still has a flip phone, and I do miss the freedom of that, but so that is a con, you know, maybe someday, or if there's an iPad available to your vendors. It requires internet. If you have a hotspot, a lot of markets do have their own internet, especially if they're close to a building. But I know that's one of the biggest issues I've had as a vendor in the past when I couldn't hook up to internet. And then higher upfront time required for enrolling SNAP customers into this program while issuing a loyalty card. But we did test it out, and it took pretty much the same amount of time as me flipping through 25 of the link match vouchers by hand, especially once you learn the system. And we all know how long that takes in passing out those vouchers. And this is just brief in general. When you do become a partner with us, you then automatically become an Illinois advocate, Link Up Illinois advocate, because you're supporting this program, you're running it at your market, and hopefully you're talking about it. That's really what we want. We've just created a map of all of Illinois and zoomed in on central and northern, different locations. You'll see it's very saturated in Chicago and the surrounding suburbs, different capitals, large cities. But we notice a lot of pretty much deserts where these markets do not exist. Now, these are just markets that accept link match at their markets. There are plenty of markets that exist in these areas where they're not marked. And feel free, if you want to screenshot this, we can follow up afterwards with any information you might want from me. But it is easy. We're always here to help. Our team is being increased, which is really exciting. We just hired a new associate and she starts on Monday. She'll be running a lot of the programming with the farmers markets. We have Meryl Davis, who is our associate, helping out with a lot of our data, all of our paperwork, and helping implement link match at brick and mortar stores. And I'm always available too as well. That link up at experimentalstation.org is the email. You'll probably get the quickest response. And we'll just guide you through the process. You do need an FNS number in order to have link match at your market, in order to have link at your market. So then we'll connect you with someone to help you get an EBT machine, making sure that's set up. A lot of times those are free to new markets. Will help you in the application for the link match grant. In the past year, we have made this application so much more simpler, and we have it in a job form. We keep your information. We hope that it's become so simple that you can really just do it from your phone. That's the whole idea. And like I said, we support you through this process. And if we can't answer your questions, we'll find someone who can. All training is free, and you get to keep all the information that you learn. Just a thank you to our funders and our partners. And here's that contact information I mentioned earlier. I'm Lauren Stern, the Senior Program Manager of Link Up Illinois. My email is lauren@experimentalstation.org. We have Meryl Davis, like I mentioned, our Program Associate, Meryl@experimentalstation.org. And Karen, she'll be joining us next week. And in the next few weeks, we'll have her email and her making some great contacts and answering questions you might have as she learns the program. But like I said as well, just the general email, you're going to get the quickest response from linkup@experimentalstation.org. I'd love to open it up if anybody